Boxing Wales and iFLTV with Gary Lockett. Gower in Cardiff in your boxing gym. It's been a buzzing gym the last few weeks as well, isn't it?
Yeah, always game for a laugh. I don't know if I still got tears in my eyes or not, but no, we're never short of a laugh in here. But really good bunch of boys, all talented kids, and all pulling for each other and all learning off each other as well. Not so top of the tree, that's for you to say, but the most experienced in the gym, you'd say Enzo. Obviously, he had a big night the other night in Germany. What's your reflections on that? Yeah, just one disappointment, I think, because he had so many things go wrong in training, and just for him just to get to the fight, when he finished sparring the Friday before, 8 days before, and the pressure was off then, because he got his sparring out of the way, and we finally got to the fight without well, he did have a lot of injuries, but luckily enough got to the fight, and for that to happen in the first round, I think it was really disappointing. But being a young trainer as well, 37 years of age, not really young, but young in boxing terms as a coach anyway. But I think it was a big decision from me, because as I said previously, if it was one of my younger boxers who had an injury like that, at the end, I probably would have pulled him at the end of the first round, because you don't want to see the injury get any worse and sort of risk their future career. But with Enzo, with it supposedly being his last chance, just had to try and give him every chance. And I think it proved to be the right decision, because I think he bothered Braehmer quite a few times with left hooks and body shots, and even though he had one eye, I think he made it quite competitive while it lasted. But then at the end of the 5th round, then it was just, his face was, I had Denis Lebedev's face in my mind, and I didn't want it to get to that point. So I think it was the right decision in the end. Before
the eye injury, I know it was only a very short amount of time, but in that majority of the first round, it seemed like it was going relatively okay then. Yeah, I think there's talk about a rematch and whatnot, so let's just wait and see if that comes off. But if it does come off, I think the blueprint was in the consequent rounds after the first, because when Enzo attacked him, he didn't like the pressure being put on him. So I think if he does get the rematch, I think if he backs him up with a jab, and I think that was the plan anyway. But I think Enzo was trying to ease into it in the first round. But I think the blueprint was certainly there to beat him. I think if you put him under pressure, I don't think he likes it very much. At the time, did you know the injury come from a head clash?
No, to be honest, I didn't really know. But now, watching it back, loads of people said it was a punch. And I think the punch did worsen the damage, but I think the initial head clash where Braehmer came away with a cut, I think it just caught Enzo under the eye there. That started it, and then I think he got cracked with 2 good left hands after that, and it swole right up. But really unfortunate, but that's boxing, isn't it?
I think you tried it 2 or 3 times. You told him this is your final round. Was that like a psychological thing, or were you genuinely considering taking him out?
Genuinely considering. I think I said it 2 rounds, didn't I? I think I said it at the end of the 2nd, and I said it then at the end of the 4th. But when I said at the end of the 4th, I meant it. I definitely meant it. But when he went out in the 3rd, and he put it on him and caught him a few times, and I had 2. Don't forget, in the corner with me, I had 2 of the most experienced men in boxing, Bob Plant and Philippe Fondou, and they were saying, look, I know his eye's bad, but he's doing very well. So it's not at the stage yet where I'd consider putting him out. So ultimately it was my decision, but it's good to have men in the corner to sort of give you advice like that anyway.
Yeah, the ref, a lot of people have observed that the referee and even the doctor who had the closest look of all at it, they should have stopped the fight. Did you think they could have helped you out there?
I wish they had. I was hoping the doctor was going to stop it, because I think especially in that 5th round where I was going to pull him out at the end of the round anyway, I was hoping that the doctor was going to say, that's it now. But he's literally, Enzo's eyes closed. He's opened his eye like this. Could you see? And Enzo went, yeah. So you just let him go on. But no, as I say, it was just unfortunate, wasn't it?
It seemed like Braehmer was just waiting for it, for someone to pull Enzo out. Cause
I think he was intelligent what he did, because he didn't go for the kill. He just thought, well, the eye's only going to get worse and worse. So smash and grab tactics, touch,
hold, touch, hold, you know, after a certain time. But I think that's a very clever thing to do. But he is quite negative, isn't he, Braehmer? So.
How is the injury now?
Fine. I mean, it was, you know, we did think that there was going to be some sort of fracture to the eye socket or something like that, but instead of reflecting over a couple of pints, we spent our night in hospital till 4 o'clock in the morning. So and then we left at 6. So didn't have much sleep. But no, there was no damage.
I know, like, we all see these horror injuries on TV, but was that maybe the worst you've seen actually in person?
For any one of my fighters, I think, you know, in my short career, the fighters I've worked with, that's the worst injury we've had to sort of try and deal with. But you know, you can't really, there's nothing you can do for an eye like that. There's no way you can stop the swelling, so nightmare.
Moving forward, you touched on the rematch. What, like, when is this schedule for that? Do you have any idea when it might be?
Don't know. I spoke to Andy Ayling yesterday, and he basically said that we're waiting for an answer off the Germans. I think they liked the fact that there was 3.4 million German viewers on TV, which is a massive audience, isn't it? So obviously with the ending of the fight being as it was, where it was an injury ending rather than a knockout or a stoppage or a points victory, I think everybody's keen to do it again, but it's just a case of sort of negotiating the right terms and crossing the T's and dotting the I's. It
felt like such a shame on the night because Enzo's on the verge of making Welsh history. He's the first two-weight official world champion. So, you know, it's with, I wouldn't say unjust, but, you know, the unfortunate ending. It's nice that he might get a chance again.
Yeah, of course it is. Let's not forget whatever we said about Enzo 3-4 years ago. Finished, washed up, jelly legs. I think he's proved everyone wrong, you know. And you know, I can remember touching on an article you wrote, and you said, win or lose, he's proved everybody wrong, and I think that's really accurate. And he's still got, you know, people say he's not what he was. Yeah, they're probably right, but he's different now. You know, his defence is a little bit better. He's using his jab a little bit more, and he's thinking about things a little bit more instead of being so reckless. And you know, I think it's bought him time on his career, because if he'd carried on in a reckless manner, I think he probably would have been, you know, maybe knocked out in the Oval Mackenzie fight in the second fight. But luckily enough, you know, he kept his hands up and took the steam out of Oval and got the victory.
That seems to be the win that propelled him forward as well.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously a very satisfying win to be in the corner and to coach someone who comes through a tough fight like that. You know, I was really proud of him, and you know, he went through hell. Went in the fight with a busted hand, and you know, blah blah blah. But no, it was great for him to get the victory against someone so fancied as Oval, who beaten, you know, quite a few good people as well in the lead up to that fight. So brilliant victory.